Okay guys, good day. Welcome to my channel Valtech. So today we are going to be talking about network address translation. Okay, so specifically static NAT. Alright, so with this topology that we have here, this part, as you can see here, represents our inside network or our internal network, and this outside part here represents our outside network. Okay, so basically the internet. Is that okay? Right. So as you all know, with network address translation, it translates these private IP addresses to public IPs in order for our internal network devices to be able to communicate over the internet. As you all know, private IPs are non-routable over the internet, so they would need to be translated to a public IP which is routable over the internet, and that is what basically network address translation does. So there are many ways to perform this. We have the static NAT, dynamic NAT, and also PAT, that is port address translation. I'll cover all these in subsequent videos, but today we are going to be focusing on static NAT. Right, so we have PC1 and PC2 here. As you can see, they are on two different networks. So PC1's gateway IP is 10.1.1.245 on router 2, and PC2's gateway is also 192.168.1.254 here. Right, so now on router 2 we need to specify. Now router 2 here doesn't know which part represents our inside network and also which part represents our outside network, so we need to make it known to the router in order for it to do its NAT. Right, so we need to access these two interfaces on our inside network. So interface f0/0, then we need to use this command ipnat inside. Okay, so this command here, ipnat inside, informs the system that this is our internal network. Okay, this is the inside network. Okay, so we need to do same for f2/1. right, so these two commands here specifies that this is our inside network. Then we also need to specify our outside network. So ipnat, this time around we'll use outside because this 8.1.1 here, that's our internet facing interface here, is our outside network. Alright, now before we start configuring NAT globally, let's test to find out if either PC1 or PC2 is able to communicate with PC here, which is on the internet. Okay, so from PC1 I'm going to ping 8.1.1.2 here, which is the PC on the internet. Let's see if we are successful. Okay, we are getting timeouts. Let's try PC2 as well. Ping 8.1.1.2. okay, so it means that they are unable to communicate with PC, which is on the internet. Same goes for this as well, PC2 as well. Right, so now we need to, okay, but let's also find out if PC can communicate with either of the devices on our internal network. Okay, we are getting timeout, so we can assume that we'll encounter the same result with PC2 as well. So now let's just move on. So now we need to configure NAT globally. So we are not done. After specifying the inside and outside network, you now need to configure NAT globally. So use the command ipnat. Then now we need to specify which part of the network we wish to translate. So we wish to translate our inside network, okay, which is our internal network. So that's the source IP. Okay, the source address translation that we want to do here, not the destination. Sorry, I'm not done. Then now, since we are doing static NAT, we need to specify that yes, we want to manually map. Sorry, I keep using the execution. We want to manually map our internal IPs here to any of the public IPs here. Right. So now we are being asked which inside local IP address we wish to translate. Now we want to translate 10.1.1 here. Okay. And we are then being asked that which inside global IP address we wish to map this our private IP address to. So now from this, you need to then come to our outside network. We know that based on the IP address here as well as the subnet mask, we know that the network ID for this our internet network here is 8.1.1.0, right? So we can pick any IP within this pool here and map it directly to our private IP. So we can pick any IP within this pool. So we'll use, let's say, 8.1.1.10, okay, to map it to 10.1.1. So that's going to be our inside global IP address, right? So we now need to do something similar for PC2, 192.168.1.1. Okay, but then we are not going to be using the same global inside global IP. We need to give it a different inside global IP. So we'll give it 8.1.1.20. Okay, so let's check. So do show IP NAT translations. So as you can see here, our 10.1.1 PC1 has been mapped to this global IP address, which is routable over the internet. Okay, that's per this our topology. PC2's IP2 has been mapped to this. So now PC1 and PC2 should now be able to communicate with PC, which is on the network. So let's try it and see. Okay, it's working perfectly. But let's see what's happening on the router here. Right, so as you can see, the configurations, the translations were being made. So 10.1.1 here was mapped to what? To 8.1.1.10, and which packet was sent? We sent to an ICMP packet. So ping is an ICMP packet. That's what we dropped in there. Right, so let's see PC2 is able to ping the PC. Right, it's working perfectly as well. Let's find out what's happening. As you can see, it was also translated to what? An internet routable IP, which is 8.1.1.20, and the packet sent was what? An ICMP packet. So yeah guys, that is how you translate, or that is how you configure static NAT in GNS3. Okay, you can also do this on packet tracer and you will have the same result. So in the next video, I will teach you guys how to configure dynamic NAT. If you enjoyed the video, kindly leave a like, and also if you haven't yet subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.